If you research King Philip and the Indian Wars in New England, you will learn a lot of what was taking place. But we was just POWs, and we still POWs.
Right.
Well, that actually makes sense. I mean, you know, I keep trying to figure out where the slave narrative came from, but if you was POW, they gonna treat you any kind of way they want to anyway. So yeah, you will get the
Okay.
idea of thinking that you was a slave.
Well, and that's why
Right.
you always
And
heard
that's
that
it.
term. Them always saying that blacks own the blacks in slavery. You know what I'm saying? They had them as slaves. That's because a lot of them were European and they owned the land, right? And then when they started the war and started coming in, separating from California to New York. See, that's what that when Abraham Lincoln signed that letter, that's all that was about, really. He wasn't freeing the slaves; they were fighting over, who wanted to keep them, hanging them and killing them, and who wanted
It
to
was.
keep them as livestock. It wasn't
Have you
like for
read?
them to free them.
Have you read the Emancipation Proclamation completely? It
You
was.
know
I
what?
know
I'm
I
gonna
have.
actually sit down and read that.
You got to read it. It's about freeing the slaves in the two states that seceded from the Union. So Abraham Lincoln was like, okay, since you want to leave the Union, you got to give up your slaves in those two states. It wasn't about freeing those slaves at all. It was because they
Right,
left the
right,
Union. But
right.